One day, you will realize something that hurts more than rejection. It's not that people didn't choose you. It's that you stopped choosing yourself, just to keep them comfortable. You said yes when your chest said no. You smiled when something inside you was breaking. You became easy to love and impossible to recognize. And the worst part? Most people will clap for the version of you that is disappearing. You know this feeling. The room is full. People are talking. You laugh at the right time. You nod. You say what keeps the air soft. But inside, something feels far away, like you are standing in your own life wearing someone else's face. And maybe nobody sees it. Maybe they think you're doing fine. Maybe they even say you're lucky. But there is a quiet kind of pain that comes from being accepted for a version of yourself that isn't real, not hated, not attacked, just slowly erased. And if you felt that if you've ever gone home after being liked and still felt alone, then this is for you. Because the truth is, your life does not fall apart all at once. It happens in small betrayals. A laugh you force, a truth you swallow, a boundary you ignore, a dream you call unrealistic because other people look nervous when you speak about it. That is how people disappear. Not in fire, in silence. You don't wake up one morning as a stranger. You become one slowly, politely, reasonably. And the cruel part is, the world often rewards you for it. People call you mature, easygoing, selfless. But what they may really mean is this: you are convenient. You ask for little. You do not disturb the balance. So now you have to face the question what most people spend their whole lives avoiding. If being loved means abandoning yourself, what exactly are you being given? Maybe that question scares you, because you already know the answer. Maybe that's why you keep yourself busy. Maybe that's why the phone stays in your hand. Maybe that's why you keep checking if they replied, if they noticed, if they approved, if they still want you in the room. Because approval can feel like oxygen when you've forgotten how to breathe on your own, and no one tells you how addictive it becomes. To be seen, to be chosen, to be told you're good, even when the price is your honesty, even when the price is your peace. You start shaping yourself around other people's comfort, and at first it feels smart. Then one day you look at your life and realize it was built like a rented house. Nothing in it truly belongs to you. There was once an old man who walked through the streets speaking in a way that made people uneasy. Not loud, not cruel, just honest. And honesty, in the wrong room, feels like an insult. They said he was dangerous, annoying, a problem. He could have softened his voice. He could have learned how to be more pleasing. He could have saved himself by becoming easier to digest. He didn't. Later, the world would remember his name, Socrates. But that's not the point. The point is that before he became a name in history, he was just a man standing in the cost of not bending. And maybe your life is asking a smaller version of the same thing. Not a courtroom, not a city, just one honest sentence, one real boundary, one moment where you stop performing. And even that feels terrifying, because when you've spent years trying not to disturb people, truth feels violent. Maybe you already know the exact conversation that you need to have. Maybe it's with your family, maybe it's with someone you love. Maybe it's with the version of yourself that still begs, please don't let them be upset with me. But some doors do not open until you are willing to be misunderstood. That is the part nobody likes, because you imagine freedom as warm, light, peaceful, but often freedom begins as loss. The loss of being agreed with, the loss of being seen as good, the loss of old roles, the loss of the mask that made you feel safe. And for a while, it can feel like your whole world is getting colder. But sometimes the cold is not punishment. Sometimes it is the first honest air you have breathed in years. Listen carefully. Not everyone who leaves your life is proof that you were wrong. Not every disappointed face is a sign that you failed. Some people only know how to love the version of you that stays small enough to control. Some people only feel close to you when you are apologizing for your own needs. Some people call it connection. What they really mean is permission. Permission to lean on you. Permission to define you. Permission to keep you exactly where they found you. And if that hits something inside you, it's because you have felt it. You have felt the pressure to remain familiar, even when familiar is killing you. So you stay soft, available, harmless. And meanwhile, your real life waits outside the door like rain you're too afraid to step into. There is a grief in becoming yourself. Nobody talks about that enough. People talk about growth like it's bright, like it's inspiring, like it comes with music and sunrise and clean endings. But sometimes growth is ugly. Sometimes it is you sitting alone after finally telling the truth. Sometimes it is the silence after you stop chasing someone. Sometimes it is the guilt that comes when you choose yourself for the first time, and it feels almost wrong. Because if you were trained to earn love by being useful, then rest feels selfish. Honesty feels cruel. Distance feels like betrayal. So when you begin to change, your own body may panic. You may mistake peace for emptiness. You may mistake solitude for failure. But stay there a little longer. Not every empty space is loneliness. Sometimes it is just the sound of no longer abandoning yourself. There was another man, long before cameras, long before headlines, who kept failing in public. He lost elections. Again. And again. He carried grief that never really left him. He knew what it meant to be looked at and doubted. For a long time, he did not look like destiny. He looked tired, heavy, unchosen. Abraham Lincoln. But forget the statue. Forget the ending. People like to celebrate. Think about the ache of being him before anyone believed. Think about continuing while being seen as not enough. You know that feeling in your own way. The message ignored. The effort unseen. The room that does not open for you. The version of you that wonders, maybe if I were easier, maybe then they would finally accept me. But your life cannot be built on the hope that one day everyone will approve of who you are becoming. That day is not coming, and strangely, that may be the beginning of your freedom. Because once you stop waiting for universal permission, something quiet begins to return, Your voice, your taste, your pace, your no. Your yes, your life. Not the performance, not the polished copy. Not the version of you designed to survive every room, the real one, the one that wants different things. The one that is tired of making every decision through the eyes of other people. The one that knows deep down that peace was never supposed to come from being approved by everyone. It was supposed to come from no longer being at war with yourself. And maybe that war has gone on so long, you forgot it was happening. Maybe you thought anxiety was just your personality. Maybe you thought resentment was normal. Maybe you thought exhaustion was the cost of adulthood. But what if some of your pain has not come from life itself? What if it has come from the constant effort of being someone you are not? So what do you do now? Maybe not something dramatic. Maybe you don't burn your life down. Maybe you don't give a speech. Maybe you don't explain yourself to everyone. Maybe it starts smaller. You stop over-explaining. You stop saying yes when you mean no. You stop asking for 10 opinions before trusting your own. You let one text go unanswered. You let one person misunderstand you without chasing them down to fix it. And at first, that will feel unbearable. You will want to run back to pleasing, back to smoothing the edges, back to becoming digestible. But if you stay through that discomfort, you may discover something powerful. The fear of being disliked was often worse than the reality of it, because the truth is, not everyone will leave. And the ones who only loved your mask were never really holding you. They were holding access. There comes a moment in a person's life when they get tired in a different way. Not sleepy, not physically worn down, soul tired. Tired of performing, tired of second-guessing every word, tired of carrying the emotional weather of everyone around them. tired of calling self-erasure kindness. Maybe you are there now. Maybe that is why this found you. Not because you need more advice, not because you need another lesson, but because some part of you is done pretending that being accepted is the same as being alive. It isn't. A prison can be decorated, it can be praised, it can even feel familiar and still be a prison. So maybe the real question is no longer, how do I make them understand me? Maybe the real question is, how much longer am I willing to leave myself waiting? One day, your life will ask for a price. Not money, not talent, not luck. Just this, the willingness to lose the approval that was never letting you live. And when that moment comes, it may not feel heroic. It may feel lonely, quiet, messy. You may shake while choosing yourself. You may grieve people who are still alive. You may miss the old version of you, even if that version was suffocating. That is how real change often begins. Not with confidence, with honesty, not with applause, with absence. And maybe tonight, in the silence after this ends, you'll feel that old pull again. The urge to return to what is familiar, to be easy, to be wanted, to stay untouched. Maybe you will. Or maybe, for the first time in a long time, you'll sit with the discomfort. You'll let the silence say what it has been trying to say for years, that the life meant for you may begin the moment you stop asking to be harmless. The moment you stop begging every room to keep you. The moment you understand that losing some people is not always loss. Sometimes, it is the first sign that you have finally stopped losing yourself. And if that's true, then maybe the most important part of your life has not started yet. If you like this video, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one.